Hey guys, how's it going? This is the Bold Metal Nerd coming at you with another video. And this video is going to be all about nostalgia. So, I'm going to take you back to the past to play this shitty... Oh, wait, that's a whole different channel. Sorry. No, I'm going to be talking about the old online services that were absolutely enormous in the days before broadband. These were a pretty big deal, basically from the 80s into the late 90s when they really fell out of favor for obvious reasons. When high-speed internet really took over, these services promptly started really losing relevance. And I'm going to go basically from the biggest fails to the most successful current one. Even the most successful current one's still pretty fucking bad. We're going to be talking about the biggest fail, I suppose, first, which is Prodigy, as they no longer exist. As you can see right here on the Wikipedia page, it says Prodigy Services was, is in past tense, an online service. Offered its subscribers access to a broad range of network services, including news, weather, shopping, bulletin boards, games, polls, blah, 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 blah. They all offer that stuff. Every single one of these services. So, Prodigy, you are done. My cat is going crazy over there. Okay, on this tab here, we've got MSN. And it's a pretty big failure nowadays as well because, well, you have to give them money to sign up for this. And obviously, I'm not going to do that for a silly internet video. As you can see, this webpage is pretty dated. Even though at the bottom it says copyright 2017 Microsoft, it hasn't been updated, I don't think, for a long time. In fact, one of the features it touts is synchronize your email, contacts, and calendar with Microsoft Office Outlook 2003 or later. Hey, at least they future-proof themselves, right? So that's a good one. So yeah, that's obviously pretty big. And if I launch the software, come on. I know, user account control. I hate you too. Where are you? It's going to want me to pay for this thing. And obviously, not willing to do that for a silly internet video. There's no way I can get this functioning without paying some sort of a fee. So that's pretty much a big fail right there. Now, CompuServe used to be an absolutely gigantic online service. It was second to AOL. AOL eventually bought them, like during AOL's heyday. They also bought Netscape, which is why you see this really strange configuration here. At the top, you just have a toolbar that does nothing but take you to various crappy sites that really don't do much of anything. And here at the bottom, and on this page, which is obviously just an Internet Explorer tab, it's just a whole bunch of links to a whole bunch of junk sites with tons and tons of ads. The only decent one really is the radio, because yes, you can listen to music this way for free. Obviously, I'm not going to do it because we don't want to get any copyright claims going on this damn video. And yeah, just a whole bunch of clickbaity stuff and a whole bunch of really shitty ads. And, ooh, look, not say the girl next door. Ooh, baby. See, if I click on men, I think it's just a bunch, just a bunch of pictures of hot women. Nothing wrong with that at all, but not really going to help us out too much. Ooh, let's see what's on love and dating. 8 things to never do on Valentine's Day. Yeah. My cousin's hot friend. Ooh, wild love confessions. Yeah, all right. Yeah, this is just, there's really nothing here that's particularly interesting nowadays. I was able to use the AOL screen name that I created just for this video. So this is obviously a pretty big fail.
Goodbye.
Yeah, you'll see why I did that. So yeah, we're going to exit CompuServe since it doesn't really offer any sort of... And see, even though I signed off CompuServe, it still leaves netscape.compuserve.com/menu up in the in Internet Explorer. It doesn't close the Internet Explorer tab. It doesn't even integrate those two pieces together. So let's go ahead and close Internet Explorer. Now we're going to fire up AOL, which is still the biggest success story of the old classic online services. So you are actually able still to install this. Let me take this off screen so I can type in my password. I know, God forbid that gets hacked, right? Okay, so we got the password on there. Go ahead and sign on.
Welcome.
Ooh.
You've got mail.
Ooh. If you grew up, you know, kind of when I did, you've doubtedly have heard those sounds many, many, many times in your life. I literally signed up for this just today, and it's going to get uninstalled from my computer after I'm done with this video. After using this, there's really not much to be nostalgic for on this nowadays. Obviously, we just get more clickbaity crap here, yada, yada, yada. And man, ads out the ass on AOL nowadays. So let's go ahead and just look at the different channels we have. So hit back to welcome. It does at least resize it for this. So let's see. If I click, we'll click this UCLA something. Oh, amazing. It doesn't want to play an ad. Oh, yeah. There's a good. Okay, we don't want to watch a video. All right. So, it really doesn't want to go away. Let's see. I think this will do a new email. Yeah, if I want to email somebody. I sure don't want to do that. If I know any AOL users, I can send them an instant message. So I'll hit local news. Let's see what we get on that. Not a whole lot happening there, right? Hooray. I know this is pretty thrilling. So now this will bring up that Slacker radio. Again, we're not going to play any music because we don't want to run afoul of any copyright things. Now, these games are just kind of shitty flash games. And before you play any game, it will play an ad, of course. So let's go ahead. I'm going to mute this so we don't have to listen to the obnoxious ad that'll inevitably play. So you click this, and it's like a 30-second fucking ad. And I don't think people who would play this game would be particularly interested in this ad, but whatever. I have no idea what this ad's for. Since, oh, it looks probably a phone, I'm guessing, since that guy's holding a phone. Oh, who really cares? Okay, or it's for some sort of food. Oh, food. Avocados. Okay, exciting. Yeah, that really makes me want an avocado. And then there's another shit. Look at that. Yeah. No. And the game's not even loading. Oh, man, what a fail. Okay, that's enough of that. So, back in the glory days, you could actually play some fairly fun online games that way there, but not anymore. Now, if we click Movie Phone here, it'll obviously let you play different things. And let's say I want to... if I click this, I think it's going to want to play another goddamn ad here. Look how shitty the UI is and how unstable this is. It's just jumping all over the place. Oh, amazingly, it didn't play an ad. I'm shocked. And as you can see, it just sucks. This is just a blatant ad right here. If I want to download PC Checkup, which of course would cost money, no thanks. Secure PC is obviously going to cost money. So you have actually just ads right there in the top. Good God. Oh man, there are so many just loaded down with junk, and of course, it's gonna play an ad naturally. And so many ads for everything you click on. It's really sad just to see how far AOL has fallen from when it actually used to be a somewhat useful online service. And the UI is just so bad nowadays. It's terrible. So let's go ahead and the one thing that absolutely was huge back in the old days was chat, people connection. So it's still here, obviously. Let's go ahead and turn my audio back on in case any good sounds come across. Probably not. So these are ones created by AOL. So we've got, let's see, music, right? Since I'm a music guy, doesn't look like anybody's in any of these music rooms because it says people, and I think I'm alone. Yep. Oh look, cute kitty cat. Okay, here we go. I'm all alone on this ancient service. Right. Okay, yeah, whatever. So, ooh, gay and lesbian. Anybody in any of them? 50 plus. This tells you really about bisexual 50 plus. Oh, hey, you know, everybody's got to have their. Wow, there's a lot of shit there. And yeah, that's the only one that has anybody in it is 50 plus. I don't. Let's click on romance. Let's see how we got big and beautiful. Whole bunch of people in there. 50s. That means over 50, I guess. 60s plus 23 people. And there's a whole bunch of people in the 60s plus love. And I guess fat, big and beautiful. So I guess if you're really, really old or really, really fat, AOL's a service for you. Yeah, I know I'm being really facetious. See if anybody's in politics. Republicans, the podium. Who knows what the fuck podium is? Republicans, Democrats, I guess people enjoy that. So let's see what's created by AOL. A place to start. Gay and bi friends. A place to start. I guess that's a place to start, right? Would you jack off a bud? No, I would not. Thanks for asking. But no, I most definitely would not. Love, man for men, big feet. Big feet, huh? Okay, alright. You basically, obviously, you get the, ooh, biblical truth. There's something. Oh my god. Nobody's in games. So obviously, yeah, I guess if you want to still have, if you want to have perverted conversations with older fat people, maybe AOL is a place to be. But other than that, it's obviously a very bug-ridden and crappy UI full of ads, and that's all this is anymore. It appears that most of the useful content that was on AOL, it might still be there, but they've really. Let's see what AOL Autos looks like. Not that exciting. Again, it's just. I don't know. That's not too bad. But yeah, most of their stuff is just not that much fun anymore. Not compared to what it used to be. These are just random websites. So anyway, that's going to wrap up this part of the video. I'll see you guys in a second on me full screen, and we'll talk a bit more about this and kind of wrap up. See you guys in a second. Oh, hey guys, before I continue, I got to reconnect to one of those services. Just give me a second here. Okay. Now that we're connected, we can continue. What, Mom? No, no. I'm using the internet, damn it. Don't pick up the phone. Ugh. Yeah, I know. I'll be grounded for talking to you that way. Fine. All right, that's enough of that. Anyway, see if I can get myself looking at the camera. This is actually, I've tried to. My webcam is angled a little strangely. I'm not gonna bore you guys with why. Hard to get a good looking at the camera. I don't want to reshoot again. Oh man, straight on, head on. Okay, now that I struggled with that, anyway, the real question is, do these services have any relevance here in the modern era? I would say absolutely not. No, as you can see, they pretty much offer very little content, and what they do offer is pretty much garbage. So as far as any relevancy, in 2017, I would say they have none. That would be how relevant I think they are. Now, there are probably two classes of people who still use those types of services. I'd say one class of people are, and I'd say this is probably the wider class, people who live in areas where dial-up internet is the only choice. And if you are one of those people, you're probably not watching this video, but let's say you're at work or something, right? And you're like, man, I have to go home and I have to use AOL. Do yourself a favor, look into maybe contacting your local phone company and seeing if they offer some sort of dial-up internet. It's probably going to perform a bit better for you than AOL. You're not going to have to use that ugly desktop software, and yes, you'll still have a slow browsing experience, but it's certainly better than using AOL in 2017. Or if you can, maybe you might want to consider satellite internet. I know it's rather expensive and maybe a bit cost prohibitive, but maybe another alternative. Anyway, that's enough of that class. And then I guess the other class of people who use it are just old people who are comfortable with it because they've had it, for 30 years and they don't really want to get rid of it. And they just stick with it for whatever reason. I'd say those are probably the two main types of people who use it. Now, even though it doesn't have much relevance today, it certainly had its place, 20 years ago, 25, between 20 and 30 years ago, it absolutely had its place. It was basically, those services were the introduction for millions and millions and millions of people to, first experience any online service whatsoever and the internet. If it weren't for those services, I think probably it would have really delayed the development of the internet maybe for another 10 years because those services offered a more user-friendly way for people to get online a lot earlier than when broadband was available. So I'd say overall they were a great thing back in the old days, and they certainly had their places. For my personal story with it, I did start off on AOL. My parents bought the first home computer I ever had when I was in high school. It was a 386 with 4 megabytes of RAM. I believe it had a 100 meg hard drive. It had DOS 622 and Windows 3.1 on it, and connected with a 9600 baud modem. It was a piece of crap, but damn it, it could connect to AOL with the best of them, right? So, and then very shortly after that, they upgraded to, maybe about a year later. This was when Windows 95 was really hitting its stride. I think this was like in 96 or so. They bought another computer that had a Pentium in it, a 1 gig hard drive, 16 megs of RAM, and I believe a 28.8 modem. That was a huge, giant quantum leap forward as far as computing power goes. And I'll tell you what, that is the computer upgrade I've ever felt the most. Every other upgrade I've ever done has felt incremental. in comparisons, even though, of course, we're many magnitudes, we're millions of times more powerful now, but just doesn't feel that way. So, but of course, I'm not going to go back to using a 90 megahertz Pentium anytime soon. I don't, So, yeah, that was then, and it was absolutely a huge thing. And I remember we signed up for a traditional ISP at that time. It was we signed up for Fuse, which was Cincinnati Bell's dial-up internet access. In fact, I believe they still actually offer that even today. And AOL at that time also offered like a bring your own access type of thing where you could still use AOL for free, amazingly, if you had your own internet connection that you provided. I think they did that just to try to hold on to people so they could at least get some advertising. But back then, AOL, the desktop software, was actually still fairly useful and had a good amount of content on it that wasn't just ads. And I actually kept using the AOL software really until the late 90s. I think I finally stopped using it in like 98 or 99 when I abandoned it entirely just, for internet access. Um, and for a while, for a period of maybe, I don't know, 4 years or so, I actually used both. I used, both the general internet back then. Of course, it was Netscape Navigator was the big browser, and the AOL desktop software. I would use both. I would go between depending on what information I wanted to look up or whatever I was doing. It would just depend on the application at that time. So it was really a very interesting thing back then. So anyway, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. It was definitely relevant then and contributed to the rise of the internet. Not much relevance now. If you do still use it, please let me know why in the comments below. I'd be really interested to hear. Are you there for the fat elderly gay sex chat? Or, something else? I'd really be interested to hear why you use it. Or if you grew up with it, or if you have fond memories or not so fond memories. Anything would be welcome. Just let me know. As always, if you did like what you see, please thumbs up. If you hated it, thumbs down. Share, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Thanks a whole lot for watching, and I'll catch you guys